I'm gonna build an illegal Minecraft furnace in order to ban my enemies.
This is a modern Minecraft SMP video, but go back 10 years and they looked a little more like this.
You know what's missing from the hub is just an easy way to get out to the nether.
SMPs have existed long before people started making videos on them. The oldest known survival multiplayer server, or SMP, is Minecraft Online. It was released back in 2010 and it's been running with the same map ever since. Minecraft Online may have been the first, but it's not as well known as 2B2T, launched shortly after. 2B2T is famous for having absolutely no rules and as a result, a ton of slurs. Over its 12-year history, it's been played by over 780,000 unique people. While there may be an absolute immensity of videos on the server now, back then almost all Minecraft content on YouTube was in the form of Let's Plays. One such Let's Play YouTuber was a dude named Goon Boulder Fist. But unlike everyone else, he wasn't satisfied just playing by himself.
Kind of starting to get stale.
Meanwhile, totally unrelated, survival multiplayer happened to have just been released, and so Goon's boredom and fortunate timing led to the first private YouTuber SMP, just 2 months after survival multiplayer was even added. His server was called Mindcrack for some reason. It still exists, but I would be surprised if you've ever heard about it. That's because many of the members moved onto a new server after Mindcrack changed the rules, and this new server was Hermitcraft. If there's anything we know for sure, it's that Hermitcraft has withstood the test of time. Despite being founded in 2012, it's remained popular for the 11 years since, spanning 9 whole seasons and thousands of hours of content. It's safe to say Hermitcraft is incredibly iconic and one of the pillars of the Minecraft community. It defined a whole era of SMP videos. The formula now was to start a server with a bunch of friends who already have a huge audience, then just play Minecraft with them and record it. Everyone's fanbase then grows together and it's like a free money glitch.
Okay, so Hermitcraft is obviously working. How do we keep this going?
I mean, we just had a shit ton of mods.
Attack of the B Team was the first popular modded SMP, and when I say modded, I mean it. It had 60 mods covering every possible genre. Tech, magic, adventure. While that number isn't quite as insane nowadays, at the time, most computers could barely even run it. Other servers were started and the SMP community was thriving. However, the end of 2014 marked its downfall. Over the next few years, prominent members of the Minecraft community like Elferly and Lionmaker were exposed for some really f***ed up shit. On top of that, the Minecraft fandom was growing up, like our friends at school would bully us for still enjoying it.
Do you play Minecraft?
Well, I mean, not really much anymore. I mostly just, I code for it. Yeah. I was really proud of that one. Minecraft was seriously on the decline and the game was seen as a joke. But just when it seemed it would die for good, 2 YouTubers saw potential no one else could. Oh my god, bars! Meet Call Me Carson. You've probably heard of him, or maybe you haven't. I don't f***ing know. He and his significantly less famous friend C-Scoop decided to randomly start an SMP. They invited a bunch of their friends, but like, this was unheard of. These were cool YouTubers, not stupid Minecraft players, but nonetheless, it would be named SMP Live. The name derives from a rule stating that you have to be live while you play, and as a bonus, that technically makes it the first SMP with a twist. To everyone's genuine surprise, the SMP was a massive success. Turns out no matter what game you're playing, putting a bunch of funny people on a server and forcing them to make content is bound to create some bangers. You killed my mama! But it wasn't just viewers who took note.
DJ Killer Keemstar, they're making Minecraft videos and they're popular.
This can't be! Minecraft is cringe!
Take a look for yourself, boss.
Clout! Quick! Make me a Minecraft server! Hey, can you join my Minecraft event? Thanks! Join my Minecraft event! Join it! The f*** you say to me?
Hey, can I join too?
Fine, whatever.
And thus, Minecraft Monday was formed. I won't talk too much about it, but basically it was like an event with a bunch of minigames and also money. This is generally how it went.
Wait, I killed him by accident.
Get him!
This is homophobic. So there I was, competing in a Minecraft tournament for $5,000 when suddenly, crack.
Minecraft Monday may seem inconsequential, but the relationships it formed eventually led to SMP Earth. By this point, the reputation of Minecraft was well and truly revived, and it was proven that SMPs could still be successful. So a former SMP Live member, Wilbur Soot, decided to launch SMP Earth. The map was a recreation of Earth, allowing members to fight over different real-life countries. SMP Earth functions similarly to SMP Live, but with a new competitive spirit that hasn't been seen before. This is something that later SMPs would push to the extreme. Eventually it did end, but the time spent together on the server fostered relationships that would later form into the Dream SMP. Dream's innovative Minecraft manhunt videos absolutely blew up, with the series as a whole having over 500 million views, which would be insane enough, but I actually lied. It has 1.3 billion. During his meteoric rise, he quietly set up a survival server for him and his friends to chill on. And over the next few weeks, the server grew from 4 to a modest 7 members. During those few weeks, a nagging little boy was begging to join.
Can I join?
No.
Can I please join?
No!
Fuck you. Can I please join?
Fine. As long as you don't say anything.
When Tommy first joined, he was immediately banned for griefing, but instead of keeping it that way, Dream decided to take a different approach.
You didn't know if you wanted him on there.
I didn't. I was like, no, I don't really want him on here. He's kind of a troll. Maybe that'd be a good thing. He joins and he's trolling. That adds kind of like a different aspect.
This is what turned Dream's peaceful survival server into what we now know as the Dream SMP. Once Tommy was allowed back in, he started conflicts that developed into multi-month storylines, and that combined with the rapidly growing list of YouTubers on the server meant that the fan base grew like nothing Minecraft had ever seen. Before the Dream SMP, Minecraft fans just sort of watched the content they enjoyed, but now they've become chronically obsessed. They changed their Twitter profile picture to TommyInnit's face, they'd wear Dream's ugly merch in public, and they'd make gross erotic fan fictions about Sapnap X readers. As the server continued to be popular, the story became more and more tightly scripted, and they continued to grow by streaming constantly so the Dream SMP stans wouldn't have to go a second without hearing their favorite comfort streamer's voice.
The toxic gossip train.
But as successful as all of this was, eventually something was bound to go wrong. In 2021, only 6 new members were added as opposed to the 29 added in 2020. On top of this, 2 of the most beloved members stopped playing. And eventually, after a slow decline, it officially ended in April of this year. But hang on, a phenomenon this massive doesn't just die because a few people quit. What actually happened? During the server's peak, the Dream SMP fanbase had a huge portion of women and non-binary people. And after Dream added Jakishi, who we later found out allegedly groomed over a dozen little girls, the fanbase was fuming. Several of the women on the server have also explained how they felt like some of the other members and even their own fans have been sexist, whether intentionally or not. Can you tell my researchers are feminist yet? Anyways, these problems combined with the immense hate from outside of the community eventually led to the slow decline of the server. There was also internal conflict between some of the members that probably contributed. As a result, people tried making their own SMPs, but none of them really caught on. That was at least until the creation of the Lifesteal SMP. Wait, hang on. That's better. Roughly a year after Dream SMP started, Mapicc and Jepex, 2 up-and-coming 100 Days YouTubers, decided to make their own SMP. Originally, the plan was this.
Lifesteal was actually going to be a hardcore server, which means you log on, and if you die, you're out. It wasn't really original, if you know what I mean.
But everything changed when they invited a YouTuber named Parrot.
I had this crazy idea. You basically have hearts, and hearts are like the server's currency. If you die to someone else, they gain a heart, you lose a heart. So 2 creators, Jepex and Mapicc, invited me, and I was like, all right, if you want this to succeed, I have an idea.
Parrot's concept was important because it meant whenever someone died, they'd lose a heart and it actually mattered. But even if the concept helped, it wasn't the main reason Lifesteal worked. Like I teased earlier, Lifesteal put a massive focus on PvP and competition, which are just naturally super fun to watch. But after season 1 ended, the server's management kind of fell apart.
So as you all know, we really need a new owner.
Why? What did I do, bro?
You literally used /TP and went into spectator mode.
Yeah, get his.
Hey!
Order in the court!
I'm out.
So since Mapicc abuses admin commands and Jepex just quit, Parrot owns the server now. Jury dismissed.
Season 2 was when the server really began to take off, adding several new creators and beginning to capture the remains of the Dream SMP audience. They've honestly kind of been thriving ever since. Later on, they pioneered the idea of video applications, leading to bangers like this and bangers like this.
My application for the Bounty SMP.
Okay, technically neither of those are Lifesteal applications, but you're not gonna notice. You're probably watching this on the toilet. Hang on though, if they aren't Lifesteal applications, what are they? Lots of people, having seen the success of Lifesteal, naturally wanted a piece for themselves. And since the content mostly relies on a really cool idea rather than the person executing it, anyone can get views by just copying what Lifesteal does. This content continued on like this for a while until all the SMP YouTubers eventually realized they didn't even need to try. They could just fake it. Faking videos was so much faster, and the fact that they weren't limited by what actually happened meant that they could sometimes get more views than Lifesteal themselves. Eventually though, and this is weird, these videos just sort of stopped. I genuinely don't know why, and I think it's very possible if people started making them again, they'd still work. But regardless, all the scripted YouTubers began to transition to more genuine content on actual SMPs. And that's where I come in. I made a bunch of videos on the Bliss SMP, but videos like mine could realistically never rival Lifesteal's massive lead over every other server. I was like basically living in their shadow. Once servers like Bliss started gaining notoriety, tons of little SMPs were made, usually by kids. The SMP space became incredibly fragmented, and since this actually happened to be right around when Dream SMP closed, there was a huge opportunity for a new server to be made. And so a former member of the Dream SMP named Quackity decided to step in and create the QSMP. His plan was to have both English and Spanish speaking creators, that way he could tap into double the audience. It's honestly really smart. Just weeks later, Dream announced his own multilingual server. Dream, however, included live translation and supported every language QSMP lacked. Quackity, not to be outdone, then revealed he'd been working on these features for months and effectively forced Dream's entire server to shut down. Yeah, honestly, I'm just as tired.